when the winds start to shift to the north and the days become shorter.
We know our time is near. We've spent all summer planning and waiting. Teal season is here.
From the new hunters ready for their very first hunt to the season's veterans, it's go time. Load your guns and get ready for this crazy ride we call waterfowl season.
It's a sickness that grows deeper each passing year.
So I love when teal season rolls around. It means it's the start of a new season. It's something that we've looked forward to all summer long and planned for. I also enjoy it just because a couple of years ago, Madeline got her very first duck, which was also a blue-winged teal. So it's something that I'll always be remembering. And I'm looking forward to it in a few more years when Drake's old enough. That way I can take him in on his very first hunt and get his first teal as well.
Danger, danger, you don't know my name, but I followed you here through heaven's gates, and I love the way you smile when you cause me pain. Vulture, vulture, I can see you spy from your spot up above. You watch the weather die, and I love the way you smile when you take to the sky. So when I die, bury my body in a three-piece suit. So while I lie.
So our early teal season comes around in September. We've had a crazy amount of rain over the spring and summer. Lots of water runoff everywhere. Rivers and creeks and lakes just absolutely flooded. We'd had quite a few birds scouted out. A buddy of mine gave me a call just the night before our teal season opened up and said he had a flooded wheat field that was just absolutely loaded. About an hour south of us, so we decided we might as well go ahead and load up and roll down there and see if we can smash some birds with them.
So here it is, opening day of teal season, and we hadn't really seen much happening yet. The weather was starting to get right. There was a lot of rain everywhere, and everything was kind of flooded up. We weren't sure where we were going to hunt. We were probably just going to stay local just because we weren't sure when they were going to show up. David, late the night before the opener, gave me a call and said that his buddy down to the south of us had actually found a field that was just absolutely loaded with teal. So that's where we were going to head in the morning, and I was absolutely stoked because it's the first hunt of the season, and it means that we're going to kick it off with a bang.
So for our regular duck season, we can actually shoot starting 30 minutes before sunrise. With the early teal season, we have to wait until sunrise itself, which can be pretty challenging. A lot of times teal are very early moving. We had a lot of birds dumping into our spread real early, just flying everywhere. Shooting time came around, it made it pretty tough, but we did go ahead and wait out the birds.
the sun started to come up, and there were just birds everywhere. They were hitting the decoy, sitting on the water, 10 to 15 feet away from us before shooting time ever hit. And it was really exciting because they were there, and we were in the right spot. And with teal, it's just funky because you just never know where they're going to be or when they're going to show up. So we were really excited that on opening day that everything just kind of came together, and we were just waiting for shooting time to go ahead and kick off.
So teal can be pretty challenging. They fly in big groups sometimes, and they just scream right in the decoys before you can be ready for them. We did go ahead and wait out the bird once sunlight came around. We ended up having a really good shoot. It was a great way to kick off our season.
So we ended up having a really good shoot. We were killing birds at 10 to 15 feet out in front of us. It makes a tough film just because it happens. We're at about 10 minutes after sunrise happens, and then it just kind of shuts off. But we had a lot of birds work the decoys. We got a lot of birds on camera, so I couldn't be any more happy about it.
don't you combat your coast, it's already got you to be the better man or ghost that you've always wanted to be like, to be line, to rise like the shoreline. And don't you curse your mama's name, she's already loved you more than you've ever loved the same. Well, don't come knocking at my door to hold you and console you, to lie to you and fight for you. And there's a ringing in my ear, and there's a crawling on my skin, and there's a bottle breaking in the old church tonight that spreads light.
So on our next hunt, we ended up hunting a place just basically right in my backyard, just a few minutes from my house. I've had some excellent shoots here over the years here. We've had some really weird weather, had some cool fronts that ended up pushing out a lot of birds. So we decided to just go ahead and give it a try here, and we ended up getting a few birds on film.
Fire. And it spreads like fire. It spreads like fire. So it seems you've let me go. My drinking's moved you all down. Well, on further down the road, where my friends don't treat you wrong. In the weather, well, it's better. There's no mailbox for my letter, but I still can follow you if I decide I want to change, to be the better man or ghost. It's all just further down range, in the poison dark and it sinks in. So I take to the seas again, and there's a ringing in my ear, and there's a crawling on my skin, and there's a bottle breaking in the old church tonight that spreads like fire. And it spreads like fire. And it spreads like fire.
Sweet.
They give me enough problems. I make you feel like a fool, that's for sure. I got mine. Watch him go down. He's going down on the other pond. No, no, no.
single one. That sucks. Wonder if they're all down there on the other side.
So the next few days, we had some more cool fronts roll in. A lot of our birds pushed out. I spent an afternoon out scouting, rolled up beside a place that I've got permission on. And as I had talked about previously, we had lots and lots of rain. This pond had spilled over its dam, and it had been really flooded up. There was a lot of smartweed growing. And as I pulled up beside it, there was just teal swarming everywhere. So I knew it was going to be a great place to hunt the next day.
Right, ready?
Wish I could say that's different than normal, but
Special.
So we hunted the next couple weeks, and we didn't have really anything too successful. That's kind of the way teal season is. We figured we had our one great hunt, and we were getting ready for early goose season. Close to the end of the season, David gave me a call one night and said that he had a pond that was loaded up, and the weather looked right in the morning, so we were going to give it one last shot. So the sun started to come up, and birds were absolutely everywhere. We were sitting in layout blinds, and we had birds flying 5 feet over the top of our head, and it was just absolutely insane counting down the minutes until shooting time got there. And once we did, they just were everywhere like mosquitoes, and it just made for a really fun hunt and a great way to wrap up teal season. So it was a lot of fun.
So we got out there the next day, got our layout blind set up, and as teal do, they started flying really early. We had to wait until shooting time. When it did, it was just pretty much madness, birds screaming back and forth, and we pretty much train wrecked them. It was a really good shoot and a way to end up the season.
So we had a pretty good teal season overall. It was a lot of fun. Teal season's always one that's special for me. It's when I took my first band. I've also introduced 3 or 4 hunters, and that was their first duck hunt ever, and I was fortunate enough to take place in that on teal season. It's just one that I love. You know, it's the first hunt of the year, and it allows us to just get back in the blind and be doing what we love again.
So we're fortunate enough to actually get a band on a teal. I've been hunting this area for 25 years or so, and we've shot literally thousands of birds. We only had one other band, so anytime we get one, it makes it pretty cool hunt. I've got quite a few bands from different areas, but just getting another band right here makes it pretty special. And we not
It's all right. You're scratching your leg the whole time.
yeah, no, I like it.
I'm good still.
I'm good.
Yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Oh,
Look in the air, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's my heart falling down like rain on a cold tin roof, and I feel calm for the first
And
time
you drove by one
tonight.
of your other local ponds, and it was just absolutely insane. There's 2 days left to see.
How am I supposed
Another
to open them
summer, the thunder
Um,
it rolls while my
talk
mind
about the
says
band, be like-
steady business flows the
That's
sea.
pretty
The
great.
calm breeze accompany
All right, so this.
me.
I don't like all that. All right.
Don't you